Annyeonghaseyo. Hi everyone, this is Ariel, one half of Soju for Two, and this is the review of the movie Play. It came out in 2011, and it's sort of the loose autobiography of the band Mate. So I'll tell you about the actors. So they all play themselves. So you have three bandmates. So you have Jung Joon-il. He is the singer slash pianist. We have Im Han-il, who is the guitarist, and Lee Hun-jae, who is the drummer. So Lee Hun-jae, we've all seen before in Shut Up Flower Boy Band. Or if you haven't seen Shut Up Flower Boy Band, you really should. It's part of the 3 Flower Boy dramas on TVN. And he was also in Color of Woman. He had a small part in that. But so the reason I started watching this, because I'd heard of their band before and actually knew the story of their band a little bit and this story, but it wasn't until like halfway through the movie that I realized this was like about their band, like their actual band, and not just like, I don't know, a story about musicians. So the plot is, I guess, sort of how they became, famous and what happened, with their lives, just the music aspect, pretty much. But there was also a little bit of romance in there because, of course, these guys have romance in their lives. And there's also like a little bit of like the struggles they were going through on their way to becoming the kind of artist they want to be. And who knows if they're there yet, But it's just sort of like till they had their break. There isn't really like love triangle so much as there's this like complications. So the pianist slash lead singer Jung Joon-il, he sort of has this love affair, but they can't really be together, and she's leaving, and it's so dramatic. And I don't know if like the love story part of this is like just for the movie or if that's their real story, who knows. But obviously the most romantic, I think, love story in this one is Lim Hun-il's, and his story is kind of just really romantic, and it's kind of sad, but it's really beautiful. And the girl who plays his love interest, something about her is really cool. I've never seen her before, but their dynamic was very romantic. So I really liked it, even though it was like, this is a really short, it's a 90-minute movie. It's sort of like, it's shot like a B indie movie. For some reason, I was really compelled by them. So, and then obviously I wanted to watch this because of Lee Hun-jae, because y'all know how I feel about long-haired rockers. But it was cool to sort of see him in this. I think he was better acting in Shut Up Flower Boy Band. They never give him a lot of role, like a lot of speaking lines in anything. And I don't know if that's because he looks like he's a foreigner, so people tend to, I guess, assume. And they even make a joke about that. Like, people assume he's a foreigner because of the way he looks. But he's not. He's Korean. And so he doesn't have a big part in this. Like, definitely it seems like the guitarist is, like, the main, slash vocalist is, like, the main character of the story. Misunderstandings, it's not really so much about that. It's like, whenever you sort of see movies about the coming of a band, what I like about this movie, as opposed to seeing the destruction of a band, which is usually what you see in movies about bands, like, usually it's about how they rise and then how they fall, But this one, it's just about, like, how they got to their big break, and I sort of like it because it doesn't end on, like, a negative note. It's very positive. And maybe it's not realistic, but it's cool because it's their story. Yeah, so there's not really any, like, super big drama, there's just, like, romance is really the big drama in their lives. So, yeah, like, no bad guys turn good in this. Kisses, there's, like, well, the guitarist has, like, 2 kisses, maybe. It's very cute, very innocent, a lot of hand-holding. And then fashion. I don't know, sort of rocker fashion. It's very Korean. Like, there's scenes when they're inside wearing jackets. That's legit. I don't know. There's, he's sort of a skateboarder, which of course I love. And then, actually, the weirdest thing for me though is the pianist Joon-il, sorry. His haircut. His hair is like around his face like this, and I don't know how he can see. Frankly, I'm confused by how he sees through his hair. Because, like, if I put my hair in front of my eyes, like, yeah, I can see, but it's really uncomfortable and really bothersome. So, I don't know. I guess he's braver than I am. Music. So, the music is clearly beautiful. And this is my favorite part of this movie. The idea that, like, it's this indie band, and every time I walk to Hongdae, you see tons of bands busking on the street, and you're just kind of like, these bands are cool, like, whatever. and you see them all the time, and you throw $1 in, and their story, and I don't want to give it away, but it's like, it has to do with the Swell season, and if you don't know who the Swell season is, then you need to see the movie Once, and the movie Once is huge in Korea. Like, people play that song, Falling Slowly, everywhere you go, and on every variety show where there's like something romantic happening, they start singing Falling Slowly. So it was really huge here, and I remember hearing this story about them. So you need to watch it to find out their story, but it's actually kind of cool and inspiring. So I really like that about them. The movie's like a low-budget indie movie, but I still think it was kind of cool, and it's definitely worth watching if you like the indie music scene, which I really love in Korea. And I think it's not as big as I wish it was, but there's definitely some awesome bands that I just like hearing, and they're like a rock sort of leaning towards like love songs and ballads, but they're moody because they have so much angst over girls. But honestly, I think this was a good movie, so I'm gonna give it an 8.5. And I know that seems really high for such a low budget movie, but honestly, I think it was really cool, and something about the ending of it is really like inspiring to me, and the fact that part is true is awesome. So they're on hiatus right now, but I wish them the best, and obviously I want to see Hyunjae in everything because he's adorable. So yeah, I wish them the best, and I think this was a pretty good movie, so I would recommend watching it. It's on DramaCrazy.net right now. It's subbed, so you can watch it. Bye guys!